Sirs and madams, we're back in
Damn it.
Jason and Mary's new place and the new set up.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So as you guys can see, we got some stuff hanging out, but
new toys.
But yeah, those walls are kind of empty. So hit us up on Amazon if you just want to be a part of the channel. Hey, look, there's some people that want to be a part of the channel. If they want to send in, like, we got Joker there, put some Batmans over here.
Yeah, we'll do a shout out. Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll do an unboxing if you guys send us
unboxing
stuff.
We've technically already had one on our channel.
True.
Yeah, when Amazon knocked on the door
in the middle of our recording.
In the middle of recording to deliver sheet music.
Oh, that was right.
Have you even used that book yet?
My Vakai? Yes, I use it every 5 days out of the week.
25 studies and then like that.
Yeah.
I know that book.
That's old Italian warm-ups, man. That's how I stay alive as a singer.
Nice. So yeah, we're gonna be checking out Volume 7, Episode 2.
Hooray!
Nailed it.
Good job.
Yay.
Volume 4.
Not doing that again. So be sure to like,
Episode
comment,
8. Oh.
like, comment, subscribe.
Obey.
I wasn't there for it.
Obey.
I missed it too. I missed it just as much as you do. I didn't get to see it.
And here we.
What?
Reel
What's
it
all
in.
this?
Reel it in.
Nobody knows what's going on anymore. All right.
We're gonna get into it. Here we.
You don't have to stare at me.
Here,
I'll do it for you.
I'm looking for your finger.
Can we
I'm looking
watch
for the
this?
push.
I want to watch this. I just want to watch this.
Down in front.
Jason's like shaking. He's like,
Everyone dies in the next
What's
episode.
happening?
All right, ready? 1,
Here
2,
we go.
3.
Jesus.
Oh, we can't have nice things.
Meow.
Meow, meow.
Snarf, snarf.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's rude.
How do you like that bass lick, bud? I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say, tasty.
Ooh. Uncle Crow would be proud. Thanks,
Right.
Jason.
Yes, thanks, Jason.
For the baselines?
I mean, I was holding up the Oh, of course Crow would play place. Let's be real. Like, he's never there, but he's still there. Like, come on.
So he's actually okay.
How bass players should be.
Exactly.
Hey, I just get out of the gig sooner than you guys, so
It's not necessarily a good thing.
It's good.
it was a great thing. I get my check, done.
I don't have to worry about amps and speakers, so. Horn in the case.
But you got your
And
horn,
out.
you got your music stand.
I am
What?
happy. Hey, y'all
Hi,
just-
girl.
Oh.
Flip any shot.
Just in time for me to get used to it. She'll be done.
Yeah, I noticed the rock in the holograph last time too.
Got some Tony Hawk shit. Sorry, go.
I actually have a.
Jet Running Radio.
I want to put doubt in your mind at the end of this.
Thanks.
Oh dear.
It's already there.
But I want to point out something for it.
Super Smash.
I don't like how Crow was by himself.
Yeah,
I
I
was
saw
gonna
that.
say,
I just saw that.
And in black.
He's checking out.
That's a color. That's a color switch.
He's checking out.
He just wants to have better looking buds.
Hey.
Again, I expect him to die too.
Of course.
I don't blame her. I'd do it too.
We should put a muzzle on Blake.
Where do you think they're taking us?
I'm gonna go with jail.
I still can't believe that fishing pole guy took us out like it was nothing.
Welcome to Atlas. Those were Ironwood's ace operatives.
SEAL teams.
You guys had a run-in with the Aesops? Ironwood must really have a bone to pick with you.
They're not that big of a deal.
Not that big of a deal? The Aesops are the elite of elite
SEAL
military
teams.
huntsmen. And Ironwood's personal attack dogs.
So they got you too, huh?
I wouldn't let myself get caught by them. I'm here because I've been speaking out against Atlas's exploitation of
There it
Delta,
is.
And General Ironwood is trying to silence me.
You threw a brick at her ship.
And if it gets people talking about our cause,
There it is.
Our cause?
This violin
yes,
is great.
the fight for better conditions in Mantle, led by the charismatic, talented lovely Robin Hill and
Called
her
it.
happy huntresses. They
Oh,
were
that's a good
all
Mary,
reference.
man.
Academy
Oh my
graduates
God.
who could have signed up for
That's
the
a beautiful
military, but
reference.
Robin
The
and
window.
her horses chose. She's gunning for a seat on the Kingdom's Council, and when she gets it, she's gonna put an end to Ironwood's tyranny.
Happy huntresses.
Is that their real name? Don't you think tyranny's a little dramatic?
Easy to say for a Schnee heiress living comfortably up in Atlas.
The 1%.
Not anymore.
Yeah, he goes to those Occupy Wall Street rallies.
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
1%.
Yeah.
Those
Whoa.
rings are tasty.
Holy shit.
It's gorgeous
A
up
white
here.
Wakanda.
Don't let that fool you.
God, oh my God.
Da 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 da.
This isn't the
Badass score. Oh,
Oh, Magnus, yeah, did ready against
Atlas Academy.
Oh, we're at the academy.
I'm gonna finally get all that detention they stocked up at Beacon.
What the camera work here?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty sharp.
Looks like it's actual live cameras on the set.
I guess we will be seeing the general.
They look like
Better
Shinra.
or worse.
They do.
Right.
They do look a lot like Shinra.
At least it's not the fucking shoe guards.
What do we do?
I don't know yet,
Culverins.
but we should be careful with what we say.
Cordovan, excuse me.
We'll follow your lead, Ruby.
No pressure.
No
This
pressure
girl,
at all.
she
she's
smiled.
got
She
worse
smiled,
than
though.
her.
That is a battle arena if I ever saw one.
It's just the entryway, man. Calm
Right.
down.
It looks like
Let's
seriously.
go!
Yay, you're here!
Hey!
There it is. The siege beard.
Ooh.
Oh.
Anyone want to give us a hand with these?
Pretty please?
You have 10 seconds to take those off before I start hurting you.
Nice.
Please, come in.
Okay.
It is so good to see all of you.
This is
Oh,
gonna get
good.
weird.
Reception didn't really convey that.
I sincerely regret how you were treated by my team.
Yeah.
When a rogue airship entered our airspace, it raised some red flags. We assumed the ship was stolen.
Stolen? Okay, yeah, it was stolen. You stole
He chuckled.
an Atlas airship? What were you thinking? You might have been shot down. How unbelievably irresponsible.
Oh.
Sorry I worried you. But we did what we had to do.
Shit, that was really
Let's
There
go.
it is.
I mean, she was captured, dude.
There it is.
She's been through some
Suppose I
shit.
understand. But I cannot believe
What?
that you allowed this to happen, Crow.
You try stopping these kids when they have their mind set on something. Speaking
Ah.
of which, we have some important information for you.
Waiting for that talk, man.
Confidential.
Ironwood, Oz.
Oh, is it about the relic? Or perhaps the Winter Maiden?
You told them?
Oh, okay.
Did you really think you were the only one who got to work on a new plan after Beacon? With Ozpin gone, I needed my own team of people I could trust. So yes, I told them.
Oh,
The Aesops too.
Oh,
Which is why I'm
Bad
so
move.
glad you're here.
that's concerning.
This.
Yeah.
Until now, I believed it was impossible to truly turn the tide against Salem.
Still is.
Oz has pushed her back, has kept victory out of her claws, but she will keep returning, stronger and stronger,
He doesn't know.
unless we destroy her.
Correct.
But what about the Atlas relic?
You mean the Staff of Creation?
It's safe inside the vault.
And the Winter Maiden?
She is secure and in stable condition.
Oh.
Stable condition? What does
She's not exactly a spring chicken.
I know how this all looks. Recalling my military, the embargo, I probably don't seem the most trustworthy right now.
Then why continue it?
The people of Mantle are hurting.
I needed to ensure Salem couldn't infiltrate Atlas, and I wanted my military here, protecting my people.
But it's not protecting them. It's making everyone hate you.
No
It's
shit,
a price I'm
Yang.
willing to pay. Just as you all have been entrusted with the knowledge of Salem's existence, I need you all to trust me. I have a plan.
He's doing
Osmond
right.
believed the best way to fight Salem was to do so in secret.
Talk about Osmond
Whether that was
first.
the right choice or not isn't for me to say. But we find ourselves in a position of needing, well, a new approach.
And what do you suggest?
That's Amity Coliseum.
Where the Vital Festival is held?
Indeed. When Beacon fell and everyone on Remnant lost contact with one another, I knew our current system was outdated. Amity was built to bring the nations together, and it will serve that purpose once again.
Isn't it great? We're not going to just replace Beacon Tower. Building a new tower on top of Amity Coliseum will re-establish global communications.
By launching the tower high into
So
the atmosphere, our scientists believe we can create a sort of satellite, out of reach of the Grim and capable of maintaining global communications even if we were to lose another tower.
That is great.
James,
I don't have satellites
you
yet.
don't need the entire military for this.
I will for the next part, where I finally tell the people about Salem.
Oh yeah, let's go.
What?
Let's go.
So that's why you withdrew your troops. To handle a panic that will break out in Atlas.
Riot
Yes.
control.
Panic is inevitable, and panic brings Grim, but I believe we are ready. Once Atlas has come to grips with the fight ahead, I'll use Amity Tower to spread the message to all of Remnant.
But everything will fall apart. Grim will be everywhere.
You're right. But Atlas is willing and prepared to assist.
Trying to hide the truth from the world will eventually kill us all.
Agreed. But
Yes.
That'll be interesting.
Oz spent his whole life, many lives, keeping this secret.
I know. But since Beacon, things have changed. Without him here to guide us, all I can do is use my best judgment.
Awkward.
say it.
Say it.
What is it?
There we go.
Let's go.
Actually, Oz isn't completely gone.
Oscar here is the next Ozpin.
Oz? I'm so glad you're here. I didn't think you...
Not quite. He's kind of, gone at the moment.
That's not normal. How did he...
We don't know. We were in a train crash, and ever since, well, suddenly Oz wasn't there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst news yet. Did you learn anything from him about the relics before...
He told us the lamp can answer 3 questions. But all the questions were used up already.
Oh. Yeah, that's one of yeah.
Smart
right.
move.
Right.
Yeah.
Quick thinking. We'll see how that
Osmond
goes.
told us that too.
I did not think
Once
it was
upon
gonna
a
go that
time.
way.
At least we have you, Oscar. You're safe here in Atlas.
You're never leaving.
Maybe together we can figure out how to bring Ozpin back.
Thank you,
Mhm.
sir. I mean, General. Ironwood?
The ring.
Don't touch the Palantir.
They're not all accounted for.
Do you get back to Ruby? Smart.
You're giving it back to me?
Good.
After what happened with the Aesops, I don't want you to think I'm keeping anything from you. Especially something as important as this.
Ooh.
For the time being,
Yeah.
I think it's safest with the people who brought it here.
Sorry, I lied to you.
Thank you.
Ironwood.
Yeah. Oof.
We must work together if we're to fight Salem and win. Now, if you're all on board,
Tell us how we can help.
There we go. Choo choo, motherfuckers.
good. Because getting the Amity Tower ready to launch won't be easy. But first,
Olive Branch.
I think we need to get those weapons of yours
Upgraded.
to our standards.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
Montage. While assisting the military,
This is like
we
third
will
disc
provide
level
you
shit
with the
there.
best
This is
equipment
awesome.
our scientists can
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Upgrade.
Second time I got banned. Then there was the third time when.
All right.
Staff on the ground.
We got Queen Bee. Let me get an upgrade.
I'd like to sincerely apologize for the miscommunication down in Mantle.
Ooh.
We didn't intend to.
So bad, honestly. If we had
Oh my God, yes.
a hot meal right now.
That's their Nora.
Following orders.
I mean, you could have asked us some questions first.
Questions are for the weak. But we're all on the same team now. Not that I'm happy about it.
So much troping.
Ah!
We just wanted to say we're sorry.
Keep up.
And that we're looking forward to working with you on our next mission. You might be students, but you've been fighting just as hard as we have, if not harder.
Exactly why I'm looking forward to seeing what you kids can do.
Fight montage.
Not everything's a competition, Hare.
Come on, let me show you around campus.
She's
Pro.
too much.
I meant it when I said it was good to see you again.
Yeah. You too.
Ship them, ship everyone.
Oh. Where's the closest bar?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
New ship approaching.
I actually like that.
That way's the cafeteria, and that way's the training room.
Oh, I love
This-
this scene.
It's a good segue.
This
yeah,
is
I
so
like this.
cute.
It's like a PS4 game.
This all
PS2.
looks great, Penny. But where are we staying? Remember, you're in Atlas
Nora.
now. As the most
Snora.
well-funded school on Remnant, every team at Atlas Academy gets their own room. And if that wasn't enough,
So we're staying in the dorms?
No.
it'll be just like Beacon again.
That is you, Matt, on there. It's like, we're doing it again.
My girls. I'm half Nora, half Penny.
Meanwhile, in Midgar.
So right.
The revolution will not be televised.
Is that Robin?
Who is this?
That's Watts.
That's Watts. Yeah.
That's yeah, I know that. I definitely know. I know that motherfucker.
For the last time, a singular hideout makes us more susceptible to discovery.
But what if we're seen? What if we're recognized?
We stay mobile.
Walking around
It's fashionable.
thousand eyes.
Well, cybersecurity. As usual, none of
Smooth
the code was
motherfucker.
updated in Mantle.
Oh my god! Is he doing that himself?
Yep.
Yeah.
It should be. I helped write that code after all.
Oh, I knew it.
He's good, man.
Ooh.
I suppose we all have our talents.
Oh.
That's grim.
Blood. Or Grim, or both.
Huh. I thought it was purple. I think that was just him. Just
I thought,
just
but
a
the
blob.
security footage is blue.
No, like on the ground, it even kind of looked
Yeah.
purplish. So I wonder if that was like, I wonder if he poisoned someone and it was running out.
Oh, yeah.
Alright then.
Huh.
I like that Atlas music.
Very militant.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Welcome to the Atlas Corporation.
6, 5,
Hey!
6, 6.
I know who I can cosplay.
Hasty motherfucker.
You. Whatever.
Better
You
shave
need
all
to
that.
shave, I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're black.
Here's a monk.
And proud.
That's literally all I got.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
God, I'm white, you're black. No. Ebony.
Stop.
Ivory. Come together.
You want it
Harmony.
All right.
You don't want to go along with that tune?
We can sit at a piano together and do 4 hands. Or you could ghost it.
So now the review part of it. See how that's supposed to work? Oh, so
I forget how to get cut.
Well, I was wondering if there was going to be a buy or not, but all right, we're in.
But I have a question. Wouldn't Ironwood know if he had the relic that there was questions that were available?
Well, if he tried to ask it himself.
Okay, so
Like, couldn't he still ask, like, is there questions available?
but he might not have been told the name of Jin to call her out.
He may not know how to actually use it.
Okay.
Yeah, he might not
That's
know how
true.
to use it. So kind of just to expand on what you said, because it's at the same time frame. So Ruby says, I wrote down, she lies to Ironwood.
Yep.
I know a bunch of people are probably already like
Right.
theorizing about like, well, they were so mad at Ozpin lying, and now they're doing the same thing. And
I think they understand, though, that there's people out there that's...
well, yeah. So you get to the point that's in your life where you realize that
Not everybody.
I can't tell all the details because I don't know how someone's going to use those details against me.
Right.
Because if she said something along, well, at the time he still had the lamp on his desk. He hadn't given it to her yet.
Right.
So she didn't know it was going to be given back.
Right, no, yeah. She was caught by surprise. I saw that too.
Yeah.
She's like, oh shit. So immediately she's like, well, what can we do to help?
Right.
That's what I liked that bit.
If the lamp is on his desk, and she said, well, what did he say? And if she says, well, he told us blah, 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 and there's, one question left, and blah, you already know that he's going to use that question to ask, something. I don't think she wants that gone yet.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to get saved for later at some point, probably.
Right.
Because when they fought that Leviathan, she called Jin out, and she's like, this is cute, because she did that whole bit, like, for the lad. And he's like, she's like, I see what you did there, that's cute. Everybody gets one, and that's it. There's still one question left.
Well, I mean, the same person can ask all 3, but basically, that last one that was left wasn't taken away yet.
Yeah.
Because something wasn't asked. But I think that's the inner reason why that happened is when the lamp's on his desk, he has control of it. It wasn't given back. So if I tell him too much information, he might use that last question.
Right.
And we might
waste
that
the
later.
question.
Yeah, he might wait. Yeah,
I fully believe she that was her intention, was to just be like, hey, there's nothing, like it's not even usable. Like it's...
Well, he's so paranoid.
Well, hold on. So what happens is because of like terminology-wise, when you said waste the question, so many people were, when Osmond said, how do I defeat Salem? And the answer was you can't. And everyone's like, no, you're not supposed to ask how you can, but how do you? Like, how would one do it? And,
Oh, yeah.
So...
phrasing is important.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
It's very important.
No, phrasing.
I feel like that's always with every wish. Every wish, phrasing is very
Be
important.
careful what you wish for.
Until you have the conversation, and they might not ever. I mean, that might have dawned on them, but until the conversation is had about, it's very important how you ask and what you ask for, so that, because Jen's just going to tell you the answer, and the answer might be just a yes or no answer, but that doesn't give you details on anything because you didn't ask for the details.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, that was the big thing that stuck out.
Keeping that question safe.
Yeah, like, because I can see where people are going to like go back and forth and flip where that might be a problem, or I'm going to...
Because Iron might ask the exact same question that Oz did of how do I defeat Salem? It's like, well, you can't.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway.
While we're talking about that scene, I'll go ahead and bring up, I know you guys have seen it. I'm thinking about the rest of you, but when Ironwood was talking about, I think it was Ruby, how she was saying, oh, everybody hates you because of what you're doing. It's like, well, it sounds very Part 2 Sasuke, like,
oh yeah,
like, I'll be the Hokage, people can hate me, to hell with it, but there'll be peace.
Safe. Yeah, my city's safe.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to be the linchpin.
Selling his soul to keep everyone safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we already mentioned in the last video about,
kind of
in the intro, his look is like, well, I'm kind of going to have to do this, like, kind of just sadness, like, kind of...
Well, it's resignation to the fact that he's probably going to have to make all the hard choices himself, but he's also the type to put himself in front of the gun so that nobody else gets
pun intended.
Whereas we thought it was regret, and it's resignation. I think is a better change of direction in terms of that look.
It might be a concept of false hope or false sense of relief, but man, that second episode, at least with how Winter and Ironwood reacted, immediately gave me so much contentment and relief that so many of like the hypothetical issues that were going politically and socially were going to happen.
I have something to tag onto that when you're done.
Are not going to happen, and I hope that that's the case. I have I don't have high hopes because I've got to feel like they're very good about throwing in emotional corruption. Like they're very good at tweaking and twisting how characters feel about each other quickly. If you want to look at Blake and Yang, like those two specific, like, oh, lordy, roller coaster of in and out of alignment and being able to work with each other at any given time for like 3 seasons. So I'm not going to say we're like clear, but I'm very happy at least we got off on a good foot with both Winter and Ironwood. Because this would be so much worse if it was an uphill battle from the start, I think.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
So, in relation to Ironwood, and that same idea, so I know everyone's going to ship Crow and Ironwood.
For sure.
Immediately.
I was like, new ship.
Well, yeah, and I know, but there's this, and that's fine. People can headcanon whatever they want. I don't care. It's fine. But but one of the, if you're somebody who's his level, Ironwood's level, and you just filled in like your underlings on what's been going on for the past million years or whatever it is, right? Then to have someone else show up that's been there for the long haul too, and the fact that they always show to be kind of buttheads anyway. Once in a while. But to have anybody show up that's going to be
in the trenches with you,
that's been there.
That's been there. He's
for
not
the long
alone.
haul, right? So that's a kind of a big deal. And the other, which I guess what made me think of that too was when you mentioned like, or not when you mentioned it, but the smirk, like, so you stole it? Yeah, we stole it. And he kind of smirks, is like, okay, they know how to get stuff done. You know, that kind of thing or whatever.
It's the same thing with Winter, because when Weiss was like, well, we had a mission to do. Like, she put it in that way, she's like, it had to be done.
Right.
Yeah.
And her sister agreed, at least on that mentality. She's like, oh, yeah.
You did what you had to do.
Fair is fair.
I actually cried. I actually did tear up when Weiss hugged Winter. Not gonna lie. I literally.
Oh, it saves so much time too. Oh my god, it's just like, hush, we're okay, breathe. I'm just like, good.
I don't care.
Good, we're growing up. We're not taking
I legit had to wipe some tears away. I'm not gonna lie.
I am interested in the fact that Ironwood does know, like, he's like, this isn't normal with Oz. Like, so he has seen Oz transition before. Because he was just like, no, this isn't normal. Like, it. I wonder if he's going to catch on to something.
Whether he saw it or not before, he at least knows the proper history of it.
The proper transition at least.
Standard, transition.
So I'm kind of interested in that, and how, if anybody would be able to tell the people that Salem is out there.
Oof.
How is he going to do it? Like, how are you going to do it without causing mass panic and chaos?
No, I mean, I think based on what they were kind of mentioning, I think that was something where that's known.
Yeah.
They know that that's going to be the case, anyway, but
I didn't think
you mitigate it.
Avoid it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. You already admit that if we do this is going to happen. So plan B is, as opposed to perfection, plan B is, okay, how do we mitigate the...
Yeah.
Because think of military, like the military mindset of...
Damage control.
Control.
Exactly.
Right. And you're talking about Atlas, who is already kind of unstable as it is. Like,
they're not gonna like.
And you throw in more instability, and it's gonna just.
An immortal being that can use magic without dust is gunning to control the world. You're like,
so that
okay. Well, immortal.
That leads me to when they're talking about the satellite. So
that's an interesting concept.
So in the World of Remnant videos, they talked about they go. the dust that was used, like gravity, to be able to fly with or something, once it gets so far from the surface of the world, it stops working. So it's kind of tied into that. So for the satellite thing, it can't go, like, you're not talking about in space, but just a satellite that was, say, 30,000 feet.
I didn't think about that, yeah.
Or something like that, or something that is, like, just high enough. But what made me kind of hinge pin on that is, so she's making flying gorillas, but I don't know where the time frame of this is. So is there already a spy that has, like, said that this is something being worked on?
I got a tag to that.
I was going to add on that as well. This is totally Watt's idea. I'm going to put money at Watts. It's like, hey, we should totally get a tower in the air so we can reach out to everybody like that. I think that's going to be Watts' key play.
Yeah, because I was going to say, as he was walking, he had that very, like, watchdog, like, controlling
everything.
Like,
he was like, I have control over everything right now.
Hacker man.
Wait, okay, so, well, what he mentioned in there, too, was he wrote the security codes and stuff like that, which is why he could hack them.
Yeah.
But the other thing that was mentioned kind of in passing, and I don't know, I saw some people kind of mentioning going back and forth on Twitter and stuff, but he said the codes have been updated, but not in Mantle.
Yeah, Atlas was updated, but not Mantle.
Right, so he can't, as of right now, my assumption is he can't hack Atlas because that's been changed with the stuff in Mantle. So anything going on with the satellite would have to be Atlas-based, so that might be out of his...
For now.
Out of his gatehouse for now.
Right.
Yeah. And that's where the flying gorillas come in?
Yeah, I don't know. That's
or maybe we discussed last time he's feeding false information to Aesop, so maybe he's gaining information from Aesop and is able to...
I don't think they're the problem.
Not anymore, no. But
in fact, one thing I noticed with them was there's 5 of them, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure
who's the spare.
I'm not out of the 5.
First, yeah.
Out of the 5, there's there's 3 that they're the
human too.
You guys are getting way ahead of what I'm trying to say. It has nothing to do with human or fauna. But like you've got the Juniper Ruby group, right? Mm-hmm. And then if you think about it, they're all opposites with relation to a character in the other group. So the lucky guy who's a team leader. All right, well, that's opposite of Crow.
Mimics Crow, and then the other 4.
Then the 6'5" girl with the hammer is the anti-Nora, who's the short, petite one with the hammer. Like, if you want to put it that way, right? The Faunus guy is a dog. Blake's the cat.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering who the other 2 are going to maybe mirror image.
Ooh.
Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe be Ren, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we didn't like hang out long enough to like stare at their names.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can't like until we go back and watch it, I can't like maybe pick that apart.
Right.
Trying to figure out what their backgrounds are or something like that. But until you know what their semblance are, or what all that kind of stuff.
It'll make itself known.
Yeah, so it's kind of the anti-Ruby, but not in the fact of like butting heads, but just like the play between those opposites is probably going to be like some comedic bullshit.
Man,
absolutely.
It'll be kind of funny.
Well, I just hope they use that in terms of fighting. It would be so much fun to just give you the one-on-one pairs if you're going to make anti-versions of characters.
That's very
Nora and Big Nora.
Please, or they're going to have individual training montage with Spec Ops. I was saying this because of numbers. I think it rolls out 1 to 2 when it comes to like Ruby's team versus the Spec Ops. And if you want to do a training montage, you could have 1 op per 2 protagonists, and you would just do training montages of 1s and 2s. That's what I feel like is going to happen. There's either going to be fights, or each Spec Op is going to start training some of the kids.
Maybe.
That's just
that'd be fun.
Probably when they get their
really
weapons, they might do some stuff.
That'd be fun. At least we'll probably get one tasty fight scene.
And then the last thought, because this is running long, we got a little tidbit about the maiden that's in Atlas.
She's older.
In critical, or whatever the hell she said.
Not a spring chicken.
Stable.
Stable condition.
Not a spring chicken.
That's what they said.
That's exactly what they said. I cracked up with that. I'm sorry.
So she's an older lady. Okay.
So that crushes a lot of, because I've seen people talk about, Winter could be the.
Yeah,
she's not yet.
No, it's not. It is not clear that she's not. It just doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
But I would like to say that it's now like a super unlikely theory, but I do, if I'm looking to reach, it's possible that when they were talking about the winter or the spring or whichever maiden she is.
Winter.
Thank you. Winter looked down, which might just be contemplation that our maiden is actually old, or that it's her.
Or she's next.
Because Winter is not spry. She is not in her prime.
Because they got Pyrrha already.
Or
I think
the mom. Winter's mom. I mean, we
haven't
never see her.
We haven't seen her yet. We haven't seen anything about her yet.
That would be interesting.
And then it would put her in line for the next one, which would make the uncomfortable glance.
That's why she's so
the
tough.
Pressure of
That's a good thought.
the next slide.
You got a dab, really?
I'll double dab you.
So
I support
that
it.
makes more sense than Winter.
Sorry, I'm not.
No.
But that look is what I was trying to focus on, because when they're talking about the maiden,
I saw that too.
Winter's first thing was to be like, ugh.
She kind of got a little uncomfortable.
So let me throw in a darker side of that.
Oh boy.
Of course.
Oh dear.
So it could be. So you guys are saying that's the mom, right?
Maybe.
Okay.
Or Maria. I'm just joking. I'm sorry. I was just throwing in another old person. I'm sorry.
Keyboard warriors.
Here they go.
So, so it could be the mom, like you guys mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
It could be. It could just be a third party.
Yeah.
That's the civil.
Definitely can.
So she looked down because it's either because she knows, who it. I mean, obviously she knows who it is.
Right.
Yeah.
But she looked down maybe because the realization of yes, it is her. But you'd think Crow would know that fact. If it's the mom, Crow's the one that said, yeah, she's not exactly spring. I think if it's Winter, I think it's because the spring or the Winter Maiden has died.
Yeah.
Crow doesn't know. It went to Winter, if it did. If it went, to her. And so the look down is knowing and or guilt. Not because she offed her, but because she might have been the one that was like in charge of guarding her, taking care of her, or like being around
protection
her,
or whatever.
Protection or something like that.
Or if they're holding up the lie.
So,
if that's just a deceit.
So there's a whole bunch of people I know that are already going to like, oh, it's got to be your mom, or it's probably her, or it's whatever. It's like, but the look that they gave and like the body language. I mean, most of us are educators here, and we can spot body language from a mile away. It's like, Tommy, why did you do this? I don't know. Oh no, you know. Like, I know exactly what you did. I'm just waiting for you to admit it, right? So, but the body language and stuff like that, it's knowing
something.
Knowing and or guilt.
Yeah.
So do you think both parties are lying to each other? I mean, we know Ruby lied to him, but do you think Ironwood not outright lied to her,
withheld?
Withheld information.
Maybe.
I think that would be likely.
It's happened before in this show because that's
what everybody does in this.
Yeah.
Well, nobody trusts anybody.
No, but I'm talking about like really, really specifically. It was talked about when Salem and Osmond first ran into each other again after all that time, and they purposely withheld kind of. So you could see there could be parallels to that. Not that it's the same situation, but there's just parallels in the mentality of like.
People don't know who to trust.
Yeah.
I mean,
but yes,
the world is falling apart. You don't know who to trust.
You're waiting. I actually had so my dad is his whole specialty is critical thinking, analysis, and stuff like that. So he and I actually had a conversation today talking about that exact thing of withholding information until you know more, and then you can give the information. And you're not withholding because you're trying to hide something. You're withholding because you don't want to
overwhelm.
Well, you don't want to err. You don't want to give wrong information or wrong advice on something. So you're holding back until you know more, and then you can make a better decision to then tell.
You have to at least
your
you have to know if you're putting that much weight out, you're getting that much weight back.
It's like verifying an article before you share it on Facebook.
Yeah, right.
Who does that?
Hey, yeah, right.
Apparently.
On that note, that's a good plug to get out of here.
Yes, let's stop.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Happy birthday, Marines. It's the fucking Marine Corps birthday! November 10th! 200.
This video's not getting released until...
It's not getting released until later.
I don't fucking realize it. Yeah. It's November 10th on our timeline.